It's taken me a little while to get this video together, but LASFIT has sent me every light to change every light on here to LED. I've already got the high beams in. I'm gonna start with putting the low beams, the fog lights. Those might work right there, and including interior lights. Every light on the Tacoma is pretty easy to change. It's simply a click and twist, take it out, change it out. I'm always concerned with any upgraded LED light due to the fact that you do have to have a place to mount this. They usually come with two-sided tape and just hangs on the side like the other set did. There's the difference in LED running light and regular halogen high beams. We're going to swap it out. You simply twist the bulb, put it up in your hand, push the clip down, or pull the clip up depending on how yours is made, and slide it off. This did not come with a piece of two-sided tape to put it on there. This one did not. The other ones did. So you don't want this to just dangle around and make a lot of rack. Low beam and high beam LED. I can hear their little fans going. I'm 5 minutes in. High and low beam done. The front side markers are a little more tricky to get to, so you have to remove the one you just put in and put them in first. For the back, you move your piles of stuff, food for the dogs, the unhomed dogs. That's the new word for it. You move your GoPro, move that. You always need a pair of these. Let's say you get in some water and you want to swim out real fast, and you always need to carry your Bible everywhere you go. Dome light. Well, it does work. I just don't have it on. So let's go back up here and turn it on. It's on now. Let's go see. Ooh, beautiful. Pretty pitiful. If you drop your bulb and it bounces there and goes down in there, then you get your other one out and you be a little more careful. That was the hardest bulb I've ever put in there, and I still don't know if it's in there straight. The tips are not as long as the tips on the other one. That's better. Map lights are next. Two tools you will need: a roll of tape and a chopstick. Chopstick does not work. You need a trim tool, which I don't have. The next best thing to a trim tool is a pocket knife. Do it ever so gently so you don't break your clip. You need the tape to wrap around the bulb to pull it out. Makes it a lot easier. Then repeat. Your handy dandy pocket knife, ever so gently start on the one closest to you, pop it down, start on the one furthest away from you, pop it down. When it comes out, then ever so gently unsnap the last snap. Done. Much better. Those were not easy to get in. I think the engineers for Tacoma made that as close to this piece of plastic as possible instead of bringing it over in the center where it would actually be a little more useful. The lights were impressive in the daytime, which you just saw. But check them out at night. Look at that. Amazing difference. So let's check the headlights. Regular running lights. And now LED running lights and brights. World of difference. So now let's go do something different. Ah, the water's calling my name, and look, I just stepped on a buried weapon. weapon to feed yourself steak. 50th Avenue. We shall harvest. I'm gonna go down there. We're gonna walk in the moisture and find some cool stuff. If you've never watched my channel before, then you've probably never seen it. And I like jumping off hills like that, and I like frisbees from the early 1800s. And there's one. That one's got a hole in it. Also, what I do is get in every city, creek, everywhere that I can find within driving distance, which is the United States of the Americas, which sits right above the Gulf of the Gulf of what? We're not sure yet. I like the Gulf of Mexico because it sounds more exotic, but I'm not here to debate that. So anyway, what I'm going to do is get in this creek and go upstream, since we've got a little sunshine on our shoulders, try to find some incredible stuff and things to harvest. Sometimes there's things, sometimes there's no things. You can shorten that word by saying nothing, and that way you can eliminate the S on the end and have a shorter word than saying I found no things. I found nothing. That's an important start in grammar class with Exploring Alabama. So there you have that. It's always exciting when I start off these adventures, because I really try to fill up one of my boots with water really quick, and this time it was that one. It just makes it more moist. And then when you get upon a spot like this, you have to think to yourself, did I make the right decision? And how do I get to the other side? Because it gets deep there, there, and there. So we're gonna have to go back across. Try to figure out a way to get upstream without filling up the other boot. It's 76 degrees today. A week and a half ago, it was wind chills below Z. 15 degrees, up to a foot of snow in various spots in Alabama. A week and a half later, it is, like I said a minute ago, if you rewind this, or playback, or whatever your words are, 76 degrees in Central Europe. The news is next on AFM. So if you look, you can see historical garbage buried. You can get a little timeline of inner city archaeology and what you want to look for. Let's say you're looking for a mellow yellow can or something from the 80s. That's probably it. Let's say you need a plastic utensil from another time frame. There it is. You need a hubcap from probably to 90s to the mid 2000s. Nobody puts hubcaps on cars anymore, I don't think. So that's a good find right there. You just never ever know what you're gonna find in a washout. I gotta get these glasses off the face because I can't see. Now I can see. So we'll come a little closer and examine some more inner city archaeology. That appears to be something. I'm sure it is. And if you go over here, look, there's a golden flake. Didn't golden flake go out of business? But check it out. I mean, it's everywhere. And it's important to harvest every golf ball you can find after you polish it, retrieve it, cleanse it, and harvest. You know what I mean? It looks like it's going to get too deep, so we're going to have to walk and disturb this archaeological settlement. But that might be okay. We might be able to go this way. Unless we start to sink. Oh yeah, we can do that. when you get up on a historical find like this, you want to be very careful, because if you just barely move something, you can really disturb the structural integrity and upset a lot of people. So we're going to keep moving so that doesn't happen. And you always want to flip every brick and see, except those, because I just tore the bottom off that dude doing that. That is awesome. That's another lesson in what you don't do, just in case you were unsure. Golf ball, but I can't get to that one. I don't know if I get to that one. I gotta get down from up here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. They ain't gonna be able to take it. Who ain't? Who ain't gonna be able to take it? Black American WSC World Sports League Winter World Mobile, Alabama. Okay, we gotta go down. Settlements like this of inner city archaeology, where all the remains are, it's really important not to disturb them, because this is what the future will dig, and it's worth it. I've never started right here before in this particular portion of this mini riv, but there's only one way to find out what's up here, and that's go. So how many it turns out to be clear sentences. It got a little deep again, so I think we're gonna have to walk the bank. Some of the bag trees are starting to bloom out. They're really beautiful in the spring. Give it a few more weeks, they'll look better than this. Okay, I think we're in the shallows. In the shallows. I'm gonna go check both sides. I've only seen one snake this year in 2025. Although there should be a substantial more out since it is so warm. Now the question is, can we get way up there without it getting too deep? I've seen occasional freshwater mussel in here, which is actually really good to see in this creek, since it is one of the more polluted creeks in the state of Alabama. But when you can get an occasional mussel, let's do a test. You want to? Then you know that it's trying to recover. So let's see. I saw 3 back there. There's a piece of one, a piece of another. We need some live ones. When the mussels are dead, not much you can do about it then. Also a really healthy creek, although I did see one tree that had been eaten by a beaver and knocked down. This is kind of shallow water, but I guess there are some spots where it could go and play. But usually it's a really clean creek with lots of mussels. There'll be raccoons in it, and there'll be raccoon buffets where they've got piles of mussels they've eaten sitting around. There are a few crawfish holes. That's a semi-good sign. I hope we don't get too deep. All I gotta do is get to that. Oh, 2 animals just jumped off of there and I missed them. See, you're talking too loud. I'm about to fill up my boots. They were over there. I don't know what they were. Maybe muskrats. They weren't turtles. I might be able to get over there. I'm not going to find them. They were probably muskrats and they went up in their hole. There's 6 bats. That's a good sign. So far, somebody must have cleaned this creek out or we're not down far enough. It looks like we're going to make it, which is good. We made it. Whew. So now, we'll keep moving. We really need a little small creek coming off the side to give us some opportunities. But we'll do some looking around right here. The question is this still alive? Or has it already been discharged? Well, I'm actually impressed. There's no trash in this creek other than a little bit of trash. Maybe this antique Dodge hubcap that weighs 50,000 pounds. No, that's a common creek tire off an antique wagon. Oh, it's beautiful. Some of these bag trees have bloomed early. If we get another frost, we're gonna lose them. It's a tragedy. Here's an island in the stream. That is what we are. No more in-betweens. You know, 100 years ago, people used to lay on this island and fish and eat, and you know, they would camp and they would sit on that log and talk about the other day because they did the same thing every day. So they would say, "What have you been doing?" And then the conversation would end because they did the same thing every day. And the good old days. If we make it to that bridge and we haven't found anything amazing, we're gonna sell my camera to the lowest bidder. Might even throw in my Kelly grippers. I wonder if that fella still watches my YouTube channel, who sent me my first pair of Kelly grippers. There's no telling how much money I've spent on these things since then. Because I use them as walking sticks, hiking sticks, climbing stick, biking stick. I've even eaten salads with them. They don't last forever. It's a real conversation piece, like back when COVID was a big deal. Ooh, I think that's a blue piece of slag. It is not. It's a piece of pottery. Back during COVID, you know, you wore a mask, and I had my Kelly grippers, and when I would go to like the last buffet that was open, I would make my salad with these, and people would say, "That's a wonderful idea." And I said, "Well, I'm just here to teach. I'm just here to teach. No more pictures, please." Okay, this is a real fun fact. It's a fun fact because it's a helpful fact. There's a lot, this is the truth, 100% truth. There are a lot of Facebook pages that may seem like they're local, like what's going on in, you know, Birmingham, Alabama. And everybody will get on there and there'll be the first comment by that, whoever put the post out. Look at that, that's porcelain, isn't that cool? So anyway, I have slipped around and done everything but fall down, fall on my head and crack my crown. But look, before you get caught up in the scam, Native American / Indian, look at that bulb. That's really cool, isn't it? I'm gonna put it back, but I want to look at it, don't you? Look at this bulb. these are illegal now. Look at that bulb. Can you see that bulb? Look at that Gigantor bulb. Let's wash it. Look at it. Isn't that cool? Anyway, these Facebook pages, if you want to know if it's a real Facebook page that was really built and made by somebody in the community, you can go and click on their about stuff, you know, about this page, and then it'll show where the admins are. There's one that really triggers a lot of people about Native American this and Native American that. Gosh, I'd love to have this thing. I'm gonna have to mark this, come back with a tool, because the next great flood here, look at this, isn't that cool? The next great flood is going to take it away. So I need a square that's that big, put a thumb on it. General Electric. General Electric fought in several civil wars. And when he got out, he got struck by lightning. And when he lit up, all his gold teeth melted, but he lit up real bright. And they said, wow, that's exciting. And they said, wow, that's almost sounds like a word we need to make up called electricity. And they did. Yeah, I want this thing. Isn't that cool? Look at that. Okay, that's the only nut that needs to come out. That square one and that one over there. I will own this eventually, unless I forget where it is. Okay, but what we were talking about was Facebook pages. I'll see you later, Mr. Light. Ooh, look at the degrees. 75, 60, 45, 30, 15, 0. The page for the Native American site was, it has like actors' pictures, and then their shirt was, or it shows a bunch of people like flipping off the, whatever that mountain is that has all the presidents on it. And then everybody that's a tad Indian or Native American go on there and they really get triggered. Then it turns into a big battle. These people get tons of views on Facebook and they're making a lot of money. So I looked up that one. I thought, this can't be real. These actors aren't all doing this. Keanu Reeves is the big one. His picture's on a lot of stuff with this fake shirt on with obviously photoshopped Native American / Indian logos or something on it. None of them are really him. Okay, get to the point, dude. Okay, well, don't get all mad about it. So I looked it up. Oh no, I went to their about page. And then it says about the admin. It says this page is managed in Vietnam and Bangladesh. I mean, that right there. Like if you look on mine, it's gonna say managed by someone in Portugal, Alabama. That's the town. I'm just kidding. I should say Alabama. But this is the bridge I've been looking for. Now if we can make it to it, we've done it. But I'm just saying, be wary. You know, there's every town you can think of, every issue, every argument, every fun fact, every whatever. Look at the about part of that page that you're, you know, interacting with. They're not doing it for the benefit of Native Americans / Indians or homeless or the unhoused or the handicapped or those who are walking impaired, whatever the words are nowadays. They're doing it for themselves to make tons of money. My point is, if you want to sit and argue with a bunch of people who are in Vietnam, knock yourself out. But I know it's fun sometimes. I get triggered sometimes by comment stuff on my stuff on Facebook. And my bride tells me, why you waste your time? I said, oh no, I just get triggered and I get in there and I want to play the game. And so, trying to grow out of that crap. 1929. That's amazing, isn't it? How long ago is that? It's not 100 years. Someone do the mathematics. The art back then was absolutely stunning. I mean, it's almost like hieroglyphic, or something like that, whatever they call it. And look at that one. Artist from 1929. Really had some art when they were artists in 1929. Let's go figure out how I'm gonna get around this. I may have to, ooh, there's a little side creek. I don't know how we're gonna get over there. It's not looking too promising, is it? We're gonna have to go over there and do something else. I'm gonna give you a little 6 warning. The edges of those things are slick. A lot of people never give you, what is this? A lot of people never give you the full warning. And they say, well, I'll give you like a 4 warning or something. I said, that don't cut it. Give me the truth. Give me at least like a 6 warning or something. So, a little 6 warning. Green rocks are slick, especially in the sunshine. I think we're gonna make it. I've never been here before, but I don't know. Whoa. I'm a long way from the start. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna wrap this up, and maybe the next video, I'm gonna drive to this point. I'm gonna put it on my little device, figure out where I am, go home and have some rice and pet my mice, and then we'll do this again. Thanks for watching my videos.